98.9 WSIP, joined by Johnson County Judge Executive Mark McKenzie. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, Adam. How are you this morning?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Doing very well. Thank you. Thanks for letting us be here this morning. We have some guests with us, but we want to kick off our segment this morning by reminding folks, and that's what we're here to promote and to remind people, is that April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And it's a time for us to raise awareness and reinforce our commitment to protect our most vulnerable members of our community, and that's our children. And the fiscal court obviously is proud to support the efforts that go on in our community to promote strong families and raise awareness for this particular issue. And so we have some friends with us today from the Department of Community-Based Services. They work every day in this world to try to help deal with folks who would be in this situation of child abuse. And so they're here this morning to kind of give us some details, some information about the work they do, about how we as a community can help them, because it works best when we work as a community, right? I mean, on every effort, but especially on this one too, because they can't be everywhere every day, so they need us to also help them as well. So I guess we'll start by just talking about a little bit about Child Abuse Prevention Month and what goes on, Mr. Stalker.
Well, I mean, Child Abuse Prevention Month. So, I mean, really all year round, we want to work toward, preventing the abuse of children. Absolutely. But Child Prevention Month, we really want to raise awareness, really bring it into the spotlight is what we're trying to do. So, yeah, that's why we're really, throwing all our money that we've raised into events, like the upcoming Easter egg hunt on April 19th.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're doing this month. And we're putting around pinwheels around Paintsville. So like the blue pinwheels.
Okay.
So that's typically representative of the Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Yeah.
So we really just want to focus on this month just to really just hone in on everybody knowing, like, hey, you can call the hotline number and make sure that if you think something's up, just give the hotline number a call, and then, just make sure that you're keeping the child safe as well.
So what is that? The hotline number, is that the 1-877 number that we talked about before we went on the air? The 877 KY SAFE?
Yes.
That's the hotline number for folks to call. So tell us a little bit about what kind of abuses, kind of fall into the child abuse category. I mean, some people may only think it's just like one type, but it's really a category of abuses, unfortunately, isn't it?
Right, yeah. So so we really split it up into neglect and abuse. So abuse really it involves sexual abuse, physical abuse, and that can go many different layers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we have like neglect, which a lot of people it kind of falls under that big umbrella of just child abuse.
Sure.
So there's like clothing neglect, hygiene neglect, environmental neglect, all kinds of different neglects that we actually like focus on, and we want to help like proactively like assist these families with, and just really prevent any abuse from like continuing on.
So as a community, obviously you have the number that they can call, the hotline number, to report if they should suspect that there would be some type of abuse going on, whether it be abuse, neglect, as you said, falls under that umbrella of really a full category of those. So how can we as a community help as far as being aware of these situations and sharing that information with you all?
So if you suspect any kind of child abuse or neglect, just make sure to give that hotline number a call, because it goes straight to us, and then we have central intake who they'll listen to you, and if they think something's to be investigated, they'll send it to us, and then we'll go out and we'll assess the situation.
Gotcha. Okay. Go ahead.
We want to add to that because there's a new process in Kentucky called the AR responses. Those are alternative response. That means that in the community, if just someone has a concern, it don't have to be abuse or neglect. What we're doing now is that there's a team of social workers who, like, if you just feel that family needs some community resources and support, you may not have to see that it's major neglect or abuse. If you feel that little kid is not going to school every day, or they have a limited amount of food, those don't meet a criteria of abuse or neglect. It's called an alternative response. So that's new in Kentucky. It's new in this area. It's been in a lot of other regions, but Eastern Mountain Region is focusing on that. It helps us give them resources, and they don't feel like that it is a burden or that we're there to remove their child. We have 5 days to respond And then within those 5 days, we do a team of parents and all children together in their home. And we don't call and ask problems that's going on at school. We're there only to help the family. And that's where we put in the resources that Johnson County has between the schools, health departments, comp cares, private agencies, the hospital, the health department. That is and they have to accept that. We just tell them that, hey, someone has a concern, here's our services, and if you don't want it, we're done. So that used to, it always meant a neglect or abuse, and people was like, we don't want that on the register. We don't want that. So we're here now also to do there's still a criteria, there's still a demand for just giving the family resources and not being a time that they think we're going to take their child.
That's good to know, because I wasn't aware of that program. So
and still call the 1-877 Kentucky Safe 1. That helps just document how many concerns are in the community, so we can look at our resources and get more resources in Kentucky and then in Johnson County. They document how many we get, how many resources we provide to these families, and that has lessened the abuse and neglect, because a lot of families think all we're doing is removing kids. But if a need comes that we feel we have to bump that up to a neglect, we can do that within the state. But it's a really good resource now within Kentucky.
And I appreciate it, because I wasn't aware of the program. It's good to know too that the more that we can be aware of people's needs and try to meet those needs, that obviously just helps the community overall. And let's talk about the community just a little bit before we wrap up. And obviously you already alluded to an event, Jeremiah. He's already alluded to an event that's going to happen this Saturday. Again, we talk about partnerships all the time in this community, and how that's how things happen, and that's how it's most valuable to us. So tell us about what's happening on Saturday.
Absolutely. So on Saturday at the Mountain Home Place, we have our annual Easter egg hunt. That will be at 12 noon. We will start promptly on time, be early, because we have 10,000 Easter eggs for the children.
Wow.
Yeah, 10,000 Easter eggs, and we're going to also incorporate this event with them to kind of raise awareness, is our Fun on the Farm event. And so we'll have the inflatables will be there, the train, the rock wall, the Easter Bunny's going to be there, and then we'll also partner with them and have community resources there that day. So folks can stick around afterwards, and this is all free and open to the public. There's no charge for it, and the farm will be open so they can go out and see the animals as well. It's going to be a fantastic event. That's there at the Mountain Home Place. Partnerships like this, as well as Paintsville Food City, has helped with some of the candy this year. So we really have a community event, and that's what we want people to be there and enjoy that. Last year we had about 350 folks or so, and we're expecting that or more this year. So it's Saturday at the Mountain Home Place at 12 noon is when we start. The Easter Bunny will be there. He'll take pictures with folks, again, free of charge, and they'll have a nice day to have a safe place to enjoy, and they can come out as a family and get the resources that our community has. And this is for everyone.
Sure.
And sometimes it's interesting to know that you're there and being a resource, knowing where to find resources.
Absolutely.
Because we have a lot of folks that maybe they don't have children, but they help facilitate in other ways in our community, and that's what this is about: is raising awareness and also having fun for the kids.
So, Adam, this is April. It's an opportunity for us to raise awareness for Child Abuse Prevention Month. But it also, as Mr. Stalker alluded to, that's something we need to have on our radar all the time, because we want to protect those that are vulnerable. So we appreciate you guys coming in and sharing. The new program, too, was very interesting to find out about that as well. Jeremiah, thanks as always. We appreciate it.
Appreciate all you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
Have a great week, and Judge, we'll talk to you next week,
Yes,
okay?
sir.